Hello, everyone, and welcome back to, I'm going to guess and say part 6 of Assassin's Creed. It's not Assassin's Creed, what am I talking about? That's the game I was looking at on the shelf before. Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we are. Right, let's press these buttons here. So, we left it last week where... George has encountered his nemesis. Hi, Wolf. We're just starting here today on. It is part 6, is it, Royalty? All right. We left it where George was facing his nemesis, the goat. Now it turned out our solution was correct. We had to get out of the way, but we weren't clicking on the correct pixel on the screen. It would seem. But Outside Xbox had a video just dedicated to that. But also leads me to believe is, if Outside Xbox did it, does that mean Broken Sword 5 is on the Xbox? If it is, then we may do a speed run so I can get all the Xbox achievements. Has Royalty been trying to tell you it's Thursday? Alright, let's press continue. Now, the audio in this game is all up and down like a yo-yo, unfortunately. Ow! Oh, there we go, George just got whacked. So scream if the dialogue is too quiet. As always, I won't talk over any of the dialogue so we can hear the story. Let's just see what we had in our inventory before we proceed. So we've got the medallion, the copy of the painting, the photograph, the sketches, the biscuits, of course, and...
I could hear the little fella scuttling around in there.
Were you getting yourself all excited for Lego night tomorrow, Royalty? Right, let's see if I can get this right this time.
Oh, heck.
Yay. Now we've done that. Now I don't know what to do now. Let's see if we can pick up the apples.
The apples were bruised.
Now, do we throw the apples maybe over here?
Go on. Eat this, boy.
Can anyone remember what... I know I checked, we've got the guy shooting at us up there.
The apple pile.
I take it as if we try to get there, he's going to smack us.
Now then, old fella. You don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. No.
This guy in the house is like the worst shot. Right, let's try the apples again.
Eat this, boy.
I'm just going to keep moving the mouse over here until it eventually says we can click. In fact, I'm just going to keep clicking.
The goat.
Oh, right, so how did we get past here then? We've got the apples. We've gotten that far.
The old tree offered cover from the shooter.
Can we throw them at the goat directly?
Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Now then, old fella. You don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No.
I'm not sure. But it keeps on, like, he defaults back to this position and then he doesn't move beyond that, but... Is there somewhere else we can maybe we can throw the apple into the bottles, maybe? Isn't that
Oh boy, you're gonna love this.
It might stay over there. And we can, because at the minute it's like stuck in the animation, so we can't actually click.
I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple.
Right, here we go. And next up, I assume we have to then throw the next apple into the pile. Or unless it's actually going to go for it. The animation is really good on that, on the goat, isn't it there? The artwork they've
The
done in
goat
this
now
game
had
is...
a whole pile of apples to tuck into.
the artwork just in
I
general in this
tossed him
game
my
is
last
brilliant.
apple.
Alright, let's interfere with the car now. Creeping. Alright, maybe we can move the tyre again to get him completely
Even while
out
he
of
was
range.
eating, the goat had his eye on me. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. The old car was riddled with bullet holes.
Look at him creeping. So whilst we're starting out, what is the egg count, everybody? How close are we to our next prizes? Now, can we use the mirror to reflect light into this fella's eyes, maybe?
I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection.
We have 21-2 of royalty, and Chrissy is on 300. He's just passed his original goal. Although really, you still want to save up for that epic nothing, don't you? Let's see if we can get a little bit closer this way and see what the goat does. Nope, not going to let us.
Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me.
So what I think, there's the bottles. We need to be able to interact with that. Car door is clearly what we've got to click on. And now let's see if we can use
The goat
that.
had turned away, and I decided to leave him alone.
The sock's falling asleep on your shoulder. He's a good kitten. Today, well, the girls have been causing general chaos, but Roasty has not let me alone today. All day, I try to lift her down, and she immediately keeps on jumping. Immediately, as soon as I would sit back again, she would jump straight back up onto my knee. Can we use that on the car door, maybe? I don't know how, or what use it would serve, but... Yeah, that's what I was trying to do there, Chrissy, before, but it said that I couldn't do it.
Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me.
It's just, I mean, we've got the... maybe we've got to click it on the sun, maybe.
I'd blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
Right, so we have a wind chime. What's that there? Goat eating hot peppers. You'd have to share it so we can have a look at it on the thingamajig. Can we talk to this fella? I wonder if it might be a good idea just to very quickly save it now. Just in case we get immediately shot as soon as I click here.
Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobbart. I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. All we want is a quick look inside the castell.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? What, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait, I have important information.
Você, vengue a mim.
Uh-oh.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Ah, well, I'm George Stobbart, and I come in peace.
Yeah, I could definitely do with a cup of tea. That sounds like Chrissy just volunteered, didn't he? Now, who's this? Is this another girl for George?
Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
Please, put the gun down. I'm not armed.
And I'm still not hearing an explanation.
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like a woman who's seen the world.
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and me in one sentence.
Now, before we give her the obvious things, which are going to be like the medallion and the painting, let's show her Trevor.
How about this?
That's not proof. Try again.
Give her a biscuit to calm down.
Cookie?
I don't take gifts from strangers.
Look at this.
Try again, mister.
How about this?
That's not proof. Try again.
George is getting shot, isn't he?
Look at this.
Try again, mister.
What is this statue in the middle? It's just standing out too much. Oh, I've got the yarn as well.
How about this?
That's not proof. Try again.
How about this?
What is this nonsense?
Look at this sketch.
I'm not interested in your old scribbles.
All right.
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
How about this?
Really
What
gonna
kind
have
of
to go
idiot
through-
are you?
I don't know. Self-taught?
I like that one. Reminds me of an episode of Deep Space Nine, where I think it's Quark maybe asks Odo, like, what sort of idiot are you? And he just turns around with like smug look on his face and goes, my own special kind.
We tracked down his painting. La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You, how did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be?
I wonder if
At
he's going to
last,
turn out to be
La
evil.
Maledictio.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this. But
Something interesting?
the painting, it is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests, full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool! Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. A few words, senor?
Good. Bye.
I'm sorry?
You wanted a few words. I just gave you 2.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department.
Yeah, I thought these shields, because they stand out a little bit, because like they're all a bit wonky and they've got text that you can kind of just make out.
It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll below the shield read Girona.
Yeah, you've got the stained glass here. Do you reckon this is going to be like Ark of the Covenant sort of style? And we're going to have to get the light's going to have to shine through in a particular way. And then somehow this structure in the middle is going to become a door. Or maybe through the fireplace.
It was a circular stained glass window. The scroll beneath the shield read Puigcerdà. The scroll below the shield read Girona. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suert. The scroll below the shield read Tremp. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. It also matched the pose of the figures in Simeon's picture. The carved figure was like the bearded man in the painting. It also reminded me of the figures from the illustration in Simeon's notes. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. The scroll beneath the shield read Figuera.
Let's see if there's anything else over here before we have the conversation with him.
The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll below the shield read Berga. It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff.
A little statue.
There was a piece of stone on the ground. It looked like a discarded statue. The green stone figure was barefoot and wearing a hat. It resembled the statues in Marquez's family photo.
Do we reckon we're going to have to put the 2 statues maybe on these little bits here? Because I'm reckoning that outside, you know, the bit was on the what do we call it? The fountain. Ooh, there's more places to explore.
There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here?
Ah, yep, there's no broken statue. See what's behind door number 2.
The door was locked. It was the lower half of a green, barefooted statue. Like the other one, this looked a lot like the statues in Marquez's family photograph.
Oh, let's have a look at the photo.
The photo was of the Marquez family.
Yeah.
On the fireplace behind them were 2 identical statues.
And what do you reckon, the medallion in the hand, members?
On the fireplace behind them were 2 identical statues.
Alright, let's head back through there. See if we can head outside as well. And then we'll go and talk to the fella. Suppose it's probably better that we've gathered up all the materials first.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the castle?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
Statue there and the statue there.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far.
Right, let's, once she finishes her animation, let's grab these other 2 statues. Broken blue statue. Is that a green one there?
Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobbart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, Signor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
Can we walk?
There
Does
was
it count?
no way I was going near that goat again.
See if there's anywhere else that we can walk to.
It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish.
I wonder. No, I was just thinking maybe if this medallion, maybe it's the light's going to shine through it. You know, like Indiana Jones style. All right, let's go back and talk to him now. See what he's got to say.
Signor Marquez?
Mr. Stobbart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, El the Serpent? And what did it mean, La Malédiction, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a castell. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
When were you last here, Senor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Malédiction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the castell, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with a little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
I found this.
It looks like one of my father's statues. He collected ancient carvings.
I found this.
It looks like one of my father's...
I think they're just going to be the same.
Take a look at this.
That statue has seen better days.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, just going to repeat those for those.
I think this is yours.
My medallion. Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malediccio.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malediccio, the better.
I was just about to say that Chrissy, that you should be on tea duty so that Royalty can relax.
So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed. Taken in this very building many years ago.
I didn't think he'd be interested.
Let's show him Trevor again.
Did I ever mention Trevor?
The old cockroach in a matchbox trick, eh?
Oh, you know it.
It's nearly as old as ferret in the pants.
I'm getting out of touch. Marquez, tell me what you know about this.
Nothing, sorry.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
Is that what you're calling it now, Chrissy?
You shall get back to it.
Marquez said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear. The plinths looked like they could be rotated.
Can we look back at the picture? Right, that one looks like he's got two arms out, and this one's got one. Does that help us? Right, let's just go back to the picture and see if we can see. It doesn't look like it's wearing a hat. And it'll be the right arm up, maybe. Oh, they're all right arms up. Except this one doesn't have an arm. Let's just try that now. Alright, let's go back to that picture again. That looks like two arms up. Doesn't look like he's got a hat. I'm assuming that this little tiny bit sticking out the front is the opposing hand. It could just be the wall. We've just got to find the broken pieces, perhaps.
The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us.
So maybe those things on the the mantelpiece are.
It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonian. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned.
So what do we reckon then? Any clues in this picture anymore that might tell us which of the statues need to go in the right places?
On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. The medallion Marquez's father wore looked identical to the one I found in Paris. It was strange that Marquez didn't want it back.
The general sort of shape is the same. Actually, can we combine any of these together? Alright, let's back out of here. Have another chat to see if we can get any more
Senor
clues.
Marquez? Take a look at this.
That's that.
Is it going to tell us the same things?
Anything else about the painting I should know?
I keep telling you,
Yeah, we'll cycle through
you
everything.
should
with him,
get
haven't we?
back to it.
Let's try Nico.
What are you thinking, Nico?
The fireplace. It looks familiar.
You're right. You know what?
In Marquez's photo, his family was standing in front of it.
I take it that's the clue. That would have been just to tell us to.
I had to get closer before trying that. La Maledizio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? The plinths looked like they could be rotated. That wouldn't make any sense. Part of the family photograph was missing.
I can run inventory and see if we just rotate these statues just in my hands, maybe.
That wouldn't work.
Just see if we would compare it to the picture, maybe. Let's just try putting the two completed ones up then.
That wasn't worth trying.
See if that opens up any other options.
Senor Marquez? Anything else about the photograph you can tell me?
You see, There used to be statues on the mantelpiece. They must have been looted.
Got the statues, but why do we have broken ones as well, though?
You should get back to it.
Right, let's go back through here and see if we can see anything. Anything else lying around?
There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. It looked like this part of the castell had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble.
Look like anything else to click on here. Try the door again.
The door was locked. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. The carved trees bore a remarkable resemblance to the ones in Simeon's notes.
Right, we'll go back outside.
The fountain had stopped working long ago.
Doesn't look like anything else we can click on around here.
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph.
Yeah, I'll put the picture up. Oh, wrong button. So they're both like facing away. Or do we have to have them facing the other way, maybe? It's just to... Might as well try it. I don't think this is the right guy here. I think this is the other way around. Just looking at the headpiece. Doesn't look like that there, but to be honest, neither of them look like what the two statues do. Let's put the green one over here. Does it have to match the ones in the picture, maybe, in some way? Try to see if there's anything of what we can see which matches up with these guys.
That wouldn't have worked.
Anything else that we can click on in here?
That wouldn't make any sense.
Right, let's go back to the picture.
On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues.
Right, two identical statues. Oops. Is what's left of these identical? No, they're not identical at all, are they? Even what remains. them two don't look the same, and these don't match these either. Go blue full and broken green. Possibly the other way around.
The statues were facing outward, just like in the Marquez photo.
Huh.
I waited with bated breath for something to happen. Nothing.
Let's try turning them to face each other this time, though. Otherwise, why would the bases rotate? See if he has anything.
Senor Marquez? Anything else about the painting?
I keep telling. We must find the answer.
The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph.
Facing out over. Oops. Something clunk.
Ah, what is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Georges? Georges! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Gainen. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Gainen was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint, Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainen just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Gainen's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No, I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library.
Alright, so which way is it to the wine cellar?
An intricate mosaic adorned the floor. The internal courtyard had been beautiful once. Even overgrown like this, it had a serenity. The plants at least were thriving in the rubble. The door was locked. I had to find the key. I wondered where Ramon could have hidden it. The castle was vast, but most of it was now inaccessible.
Anything else to click on here?
An intricate mosaic adorned the floor. That wouldn't have worked.
I thought maybe she could mop it and clean it. It would have like a clue.
I needed to try something else.
So there must be something with that pattern on the floor then. Because we couldn't click it with George.
The hall had collections of old items everywhere. Ramon claimed he had tidied the place up.
Right, let's go back outside and see if we can see anything.
Eva, I am glad your father is safe.
He's old and foolish. He shouldn't be here, but he wouldn't listen to me. I suppose he's still going on about that painting.
Well, yes. In fact, we decoded it.
You did?
Yes, we found a secret passage behind the fireplace.
What?
Your father and Georges went in.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an old man.
Don't worry, Georges knows what he's doing. So he always tells me anyway. Your father is looking very frail.
He's old, and he could do without people giving him the runaround chasing lost treasure.
Have you ever been inside the library?
No, I'm told it is locked.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago and cannot remember where.
Shame.
Can you think of anywhere Ramon might have hidden the key?
What do you think I am, psychic?
Seen anything suspicious?
Apart from you and your American boyfriend, no.
He's not my boyfriend, you know.
Whatever.
I didn't think she'd be interested. Talk to you later. The fountain had dried up long ago.
I wonder if she can walk to the goat. Let's gotta have a look at these first.
According to the sundial, it was mid-afternoonish. The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. The garden was now an overgrown wilderness.
She can walk to the goat.
Hello, little one.
Is it going to be in the car? Find the key in here? It could be the bottles that he drank.
The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. I guess that's where he got all the cans for the wind chime from. In amongst the rubbish on the car floor was an old brandy bottle. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place, once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that.
I got a suspicion that some of those lines were about the goat.
The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. A 5D71. Extraordinary.
Anything
An
else?
old pair of shoes. The inside of the car was in a bad state. Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh? A heap of old brandy bottles. Ramon must have been in the car on that night all those years ago. A pile of old apples. Looked like the goat had been eating lots of them. The goat had been tethered. Seemed unnecessary. The gentle animal wouldn't have harmed a soul.
George's nemesis.
An old apple tree provided shade. Shame that the goat's rope wasn't long enough for him to enjoy it.
Surely it must be. It must be up there.
The goat had been tethered.
Don't have anything to cut the tether, do we?
No, I needed a better idea. No, that wouldn't be good for the goat. The mountains of Catalonia, breathtaking.
Anything else we can click on? Because everything's just got the look at icon apart from going into the car. anything else clickable? Bottles.
The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago.
Let's head back to the wind chime, maybe. Can we get one of the boxes from it? I know, it's just got the look at icon.
Just some old trash. But the sound was pretty. I wondered if it was Ramon's handiwork. One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was, the key to the library.
There we go. Oh, never tried the back to see if we could get in the boot.
I found your key.
I thought it was lost forever.
Do you want to be with me when I open the door?
No. Some things are better left in the past. And anyway, I must look out for Eva.
I just had a look at that old car in the garden. Looks like someone slept in it.
Me. When I returned, I couldn't bear the house at night. So, I slept in the car.
Do you know Eva well?
No, I only just met her. Senor Marquez brought her with him. They don't talk much, but she knows how to handle a gun.
I found your key.
Let's head through. I'm sure you could have just pushed the doors open, considering the age.
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine.
Of course, there was a window as well we could have come through.
Books were still stacked neatly in the bookcase. More were scattered on the floor. A globe sat forgotten in a corner. I wondered if Marquez had played with it as a child.
It's in the trunk.
The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Genan's. I wondered what secrets they might hold.
What's my map then? I think there's going to be like a
The
secret
map
door
had
here.
interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
Meanwhile...
So, what is this place, senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis, from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preached that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here at Montségur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why.
These things to, yeah, because yeah, these lenses, yeah, so we're going to have to reflect the light, and I'm assuming then we're going to have to do it with this.
Nothing happened. It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting, and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Helel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
Can we rotate them at all then? Oh, the game's just crashed. Oh, there's an autosave. Alright, let's just wait for Streamlabs to pick it up. Yep. There we go. I thought maybe we might have to go through that whole cutscene again, but I suppose we could have just skipped it.
The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue.
So the question is, which
The color changed from blue to magenta. I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco. The color changed from magenta to red.
Now the question is, which colours are we going to need here?
The color changed from yellow to the color changed from turquoise to blue. Nothing happened. It was a candelabrum holding a single candle.
Yeah, I need the 3D glasses.
The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge.
Right, I'm just going to quickly back out with the picture for a second.
Colored light from the rotating glass wheel was refracted by the lens onto the fresco.
It doesn't look like. I was thinking, can we put the covers back on the lenses, but we can't. Just so we can see the picture a bit more clearly. Just have to be disco time. You said we need the 3D glasses. It's kind of like in, was it the first National Treasure film?
Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seemed to be carrying something.
Yeah, we had they had the glasses that had all the different filters on. They had to combine them to see the different messages.
A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia. Cathars being burned at the stake. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. A town of northern Catalonia. The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture by the Crusaders.
See if there's anything.
Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seemed to be carrying something.
I was wondering if these shields maybe correspond to the shields that were in the other room.
Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian Crusade. They seemed to be carrying something.
Anything else that we can highlight?
A town of Knights of the Albigensian Crusade.
Well, that looks like blue and they look like red, don't they? From the colours on either side, so what do we reckon? Maybe we've just got them backwards.
The color changed. The color changed from green. The color changed from turquoise to blue.
Go over to the other side. Ooh.
The color changed from blue. The color changed from magenta to red.
Just realised we had the matches.
Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions. Red light from the medallion fell onto the fresco, mixing with the other colored light. It meant something, but I didn't know what.
Right, so if we're going to get red from that, do we turn the other two to blue? Or does it have to be some kind of balances that we're saying before?
The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from turquoise. Red light from the medallion fell onto the fresco, mixing with the other colored light. The color changed from yellow to green.
Let's just try if we get red from that one.
Red light from the medallion fell onto the fresco, mixing with the other colored light.
Let's go back over there. It's quite difficult to see if there's like a pattern or a shape.
Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade.
Anything that would indicate the colours? What would class as balance that we're talking about?
The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green. The color changed from turquoise to blue.
Then try that again.
Amazing. The light is showing the path of the bonhomme.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis, from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Okay, we found the route of the bonhomme trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine, don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Georges, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel. All laid out for worshiping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
And she has the map. And if you remember, on her map, like down this side was water, and on the map in the chapel, there was like water in the bottom corner, so I assume that's what's going to link us to it.
What are you doing with La Maledizio?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it.
Now, is it this shield? Or is it this shield?
The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Malediccio is more important.
Have
You're looking for
brought the
snacks
painting?
royalty.
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Genon was up to.
The Gainan who tried to buy the painting from Medovsky?
No, Genon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Genon who then spent months here searching for something. And who vanished one day, leaving that trunk full of goodies over there.
You think he's connected to the Gainan who wrote the letter to Medovsky?
It seems likely that they were related.
Maybe. So what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at this. It's Ganon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to bring it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Gainan started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more clues. The ring depicted some kind of castle gate. Positioned in the light cast by Lucifer and Jehovah, it had to connect to the trail of the Bonzom. The town of Berga was depicted in this ring. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? The town of Berga was depicted in this ring. The map had to be the key.
Can we see?
The municipality of Terrassa. The municipality of Falset.
We're going to put these markers on.
The municipality of Baga. The municipality of Balaguer. The municipality of Flix. The city of Barcelona. The municipality of Terrassa. The municipality of Esparreguera. The municipality of Vieja y Miseran. The pattern looked similar to the layout of the orbs on the painting. Gainan must have figured out that the orbs referred to various locations in Catalonia. The municipality of Figueres. The municipality of Olat. The municipality of Camprodon. The Soldeo region. The municipality of Balaguer. The municipality of Tortosa.
I'm not seeing the place that he said there. Or we're just not seeing it on here.
I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to pinpoint the important locations. A moth-eaten tapestry hung on the wall.
See if there's any more clues in the trunk.
I lifted the hat out of the chest. There was something tucked beneath the shirt. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. There was nothing underneath the other shirt. I removed the oilcloth from the chest. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing underneath it. I had no desire to take the old boots. There was a folded shirt.
Just check to make sure there's nothing else to
I
click
put
on
everything
in there.
back in the chest. It was an empty frame. The painting had almost certainly been looted by Gainon's men.
Oh no, I've got another one of these to decipher. Look, the P, could that be an I or a an A? That wouldn't make any sense. Oh, can I get rid of them? Hang on. Can I back out? Come back in here. Oh no, it doesn't reset. Bugger. Yeah, we'll change that one to the, yeah. Oh great, how do you spell that thing that we're looking for then? Spell with a U? I don't know if that's how you spell the second part though. So that could be completely wrong. Oh, I don't even have any paper. What's it there? H. H is an O. That make that an N. Or Which which could be an F. N. Where's an N? There's an N. N is Y. I think I've got a spelling wrong in here. That's not making the others make sense. What's that there? I-N... Q, where's the Q? Where have we got an N? Have we got an N in here? Say like what letters we had left. Going with of. Yeah. Out of. Y for G's. That'd be M for smuggled. What letter are we left? Oh, still got a D.
I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
What should we do with this map?
I guess Genan was trying to locate the hiding place of the tabula. We should probably do the same.
Eva.
Yes?
Do you have any idea what we should be looking for?
What do I know? You're the ones who think there are secrets hidden here.
This map is confusing.
Well, we can be sure about the 2 locations mentioned in the telegram. But perhaps there are more clues to be found.
The coat of arms I saw on the fresco was for a town called Berga.
I know of it. You should mark it on the map.
The telegram in the trunk mentioned Montsegur and Girona.
Well, Montsegur was near where I grew up in France. It was some kind of Cathar castle.
It was one of the locations on the fresco, too.
Girona, it has to be important.
Mark what we know on the map. Maybe we can spot a pattern.
The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram.
Just find some paper, because there's no way I'll remember those names when we go into the next menu.
The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. The map had to be the key. The municipality of El Moyanés. The mountain range of Montserrat.
Is that the one that he said? My handwriting is absolutely spelling.
The French castle Montsegur. I saw this location highlighted on the fresco.
Ah.
This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
The municipality of Puigcerdà. Berga was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
Then it's probably a clue. Berga must be important.
So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
2 locations down. If the vignettes on the painting were anything to go by, I needed to find 2 more. Girona. The location had to be important. The Inquisitor Emmerich had come from there. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona. The dog-headed priest on the painting. I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a hefty padlock through his lips?
The village of San Ramon. I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape, similar to the layout of the orbs depicted on the painting. This is the center point of the cross, so the tabula must be here. Montserrat. It has to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains, quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge, hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friends.
Medovsky?
No, Langham.
No, it's Genan, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Collard.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim in the Seine. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my grandfather's steps, but I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please, take me instead. He doesn't know anything.
And you do? I think not.
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I will. Man is weak, servile, controlled. He must be freed, freed from all constraints, free to fulfill his desires.
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Lucifer. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead of us. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now. I assume that lunatic is as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva. I think he's killed before.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Medovsky, but all along, we were really up against Gainon's grandson. Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why Marquez's father tried to escape through here. He didn't have time to open the false door.
We got to open the door then.
The bullet holes were letting beams of light into the room. It was an empty frame.
Can Trevor save us?
That was never going to work. Nope, I needed to try something else. That wouldn't have worked.
I was thinking like putting if you could like wedge the mount through the gap there.
That was never going to happen. The window looked out onto a small courtyard. It had a grille of solid iron bars. The suit of armor appeared to be standing guard.
Can we interfere with the suit of armor in any way? No. What else we got in here then?
The books were covered in cobwebs. They hadn't been touched for a long time.
Anything else in our inventory that we could use possibly to open this door or to trigger it?
It was an empty frame. Aha!
Great work, George. Come on, Eva, let's go.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you'd better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand. It is my duty.
Okay. We'd better check up on Ramon first.
Sure. Then we will go and kick some ass.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Several hours later.
Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, George.
Right, got the menu up there. Let's save and see what percentage we're up to. And that's where we'll leave it for today. So we're now 70% of the way through. And let's see, where is Chrissy going to get his bonus eggs from tonight? So that had to be about 20% tonight then. Because I'm sure we were only like 50, weren't we, before? Game's going too quickly. We've been doing it for 6 weeks. Maybe there's only 2 more left, perhaps. It depends on what happens as we go through this monastery. But then, of course, as well, we'll have... Because I am quite tempted to maybe go back to the first one and just at least play through the first one again. Because with it being the first one being like the director's cut sort of one, it had all those things that I'd never played before, those like extra parts. Because I remember rightly, the game actually started off with Nico, didn't it? In the very first one, I think. I can't quite remember, but those sort of like extra bits with Nico were never in the original PlayStation release when I first played it. But anyway, tonight we have a choice of Fisher Day playing Fortnite, Ashens playing retro games, or David Blue just chatting. Oh, I've got horrendous heartburn at the minute, hang on. Keep knocking back the water. Tomorrow, we have Lego night. Fingers crossed. As long as nothing goes wrong. I'm just having a look at the Discord. I'm just having a look at the. Just seeing there's a stack of notifications because, of course, I never claimed my my work ones there, did I? All right, we will go to the Ashens one. So tomorrow is the Ghostbusters Lego. We're gonna, assuming I have time, because tomorrow morning I'm busy like all morning tomorrow. So fingers crossed. It'll be I'll have time to like organise it. If not, we'll just have to do it like where we just all dump it out on the table. I don't think this one's like quite as big, so I don't know if it will have that as many parts as Wally did. But we'll find out. Fingers crossed I've got time to set it up where I do that through the day. If not, then we'll just have to do it randomly. Just depends, as I've got absolutely tons to do tomorrow. What's that there? Been pretty lazy with it today. But you've still managed to cover like 3k in just over 24 hours, I'm sure. In fact, right, hang on, let's go back to it. Let's have a look. How many do you have? Whilst I'm doing this as well, how many eggs has everyone got now? 17k royalty. How you manage that? Are you using the hacks that Chrissy was using for the channel eggs? Yeah, 17k. I'm on 14k, and Chrissy's on 5. And we have in the eggs 21.5 and 301. Almost there, Chrissy. You'll almost get that epic nothing. Anyway, we'll go over to Ashens, assuming he's still streaming there. And we've got where Lego stream tomorrow. Zelda on Friday, and then on Saturday we're back with Mass Effect. We're doing the Citadel. I don't know how smooth this one's going to go, because obviously we don't have the maxed out character. There's a lot of things to explore, a lot of people to talk to, a lot of information, a lot of missions to collect. But once we get through the Citadel, then if we manage to get through the whole Citadel on Saturday, then I will, at some point through next week, if I've got a quiet day, I'll try and do a daytime stream to get those, like the minor planets side quests, because we're going to have to get through all of them. I'll try and work on that. Oh, the 24 hours of putt-putt is coming. Do like if I don't know what do we do, like for is it like for 1,000 followers? Do we do like an all day putt marathon? Anyway, we'll click on these buttons here. I'll change the menu on the stream deck. So are you sure, Chrissy? I think we should definitely do all like 10 putt-putt games in one sitting. Chrissy would pay for that. Ooh, got the wrong menu open there. Hang on, close that. Anyway, we'll send you over to Ashens. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.